Hedgehog Nation! It's the Blue Hedgehog here, aka Mr. Daniel Voiles. It's finally here. The final episode of PCSRA Weekly for 2017 is finally here. So welcome aboard, everybody. This is the final episode of PCSRA Weekly. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Monday afternoon, wherever you are. It's just, sad that, that this season has come to an end. So, yeah, so welcome aboard, everybody. Final episode of PCSRA Weekly of 2017. Before you start commenting in the chat, please take note of the description so that way you all know what is expected of you. So that way everything is all situated and you get what I mean. But anyway, I have a few announcements I need to go over before we get started. Hello, Mr. Blue Cat. How are you doing today? Okay, there we go. Yeah. As I'm on my fire stick. Boy, they shove Hulu all the way over here. There, let me mute it so that way you don't hear that humongous noise in the background. So, let's see if I did it. Because Hulu can be a little bit loud. Yep. I shut it up. So that's good. Anyway, few announcements. First announcement is that I want to say thank you guys so much for watching all the episodes of PCSRA Weekly from my previous data to this data that I have. I just want to say thank you guys so much. It's been a great ride for this channel. Hopefully next season it'll be the same as far as this show is concerned. That's something I'm very blessed about as far as, with all of you guys. And that's the thing that I'm already blessed, so yeah. But so I'm going to turn this down so I don't get a copyright strike. But yeah. The other thing is, concerning about other things, is that talk show will be taking its place beginning next Monday. So, yeah, we will have a talk show. So, yeah, that's pretty much about it, because this, like I said, this last weekly show of 2017. So, yep. So, with that being said, let's start off this Monday's PCSRA Weekly by discussing a little bit of NASCAR before we recap the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and that was this that I found out just 5 seconds ago. Chevrolet's winning streak in the playoffs came to an end this year when they posted a goose egg in the playoffs. They have won races in the playoffs, but this year's playoffs, that came to a dead end because Toyota won 8 races, Ford won 2. And Chevy got shut out for the first time since the chase got implemented in 2004. That was a stat you'd never expected, if you ask me. But, yeah. So, just want to throw that little statistic out. So, any thoughts on that, guys? Since you're probably the only one. Okay, I did send it to my Team Hedgehog friends, but they will be on later on, so yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. I find interesting statistics, if you ask me, so yeah. I'm trying to think. A couple of charters were sold. Furniture Row Racing has sold the 77 charter to JTG Daughtery Racing, which is the second team. So that will mean Chris Buescher will not have to worry about a charter. So Chris Buescher has a charter for for next season. So that's good. So both JTG Daughtery Racing both have charters. So woohoo. congrats to them. I heard RWB, I think, got a charter. I don't know how. Of course, I heard the 51 team got a charter. Because if I remember right, I think they got a charter, Blue Cat, because I saw something about they got a charter. Because let me think. I think they... Yeah, because they ran 4 years, so I think they got a charter because they've ran the last 4 years. 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. Yeah, they got a charter, so. I just realized, so. Yeah. So that's interesting to point out, so yeah. So that's a little bit of the NASCAR news as far as that's concerned. So, yeah. All right. It's the last time I get to do this, but you know you guys really want me to do it for the final time. And that's the final recap of 2017. So, yeah. So, let's recap the final race of the season. Which is none other than the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, the final race. And I just want to throw a disclaimer out. I do apologize if I was up early. It was because my dad woke me up early. I did watch the entire race with my dad. That's the first time I got to watch the F1 race. So, yeah, that's pretty much how that's going to go. If you're hearing chop in the background, that's what I'm watching. So, just throwing a disclaimer out. So, yeah, let's talk about the Abu Dhabi race. Everybody got off the line cleanly, which was great. Of course, we had one driver spin. That was one of the Haas cars, and I think that was Magnussen. Looked like when he went into turn number 3, got too much of the curb, lost control, spun out. That's the first time somebody got on the curbs too much and lost control like that, because that was really bizarre, if you ask me about that. I mean, it was okay. It was one of the interesting factors in this race. So, and then I think Nico Hülkenberg received a 5-second penalty due to the fact he left the track and gained an advantage, which the rule on that, yeah. But I always love F1, so yeah. But Hülkenberg got a 5-second penalty for gaining an advantage and all that good stuff. And, of course, F1 was the only race this weekend, besides the V8 Supercars, which I want to congratulate a certain driver when we get over there. So, of course, the rule is you have 2 ways to serve the 5-second penalty. You could do it on the first pit stop, or it will be added to your time at the end of the race. Of course, Hülkenberg did it on the first stop, so as long as he did it on the first stop, no harm, no foul. It was just pretty good passing, which... The battle for the lead really got interesting the entire race, which I was a little surprised, to be honest with you, because normally it would be a runaway race, but since we got to the battle, since the battle of the lead got interesting, I was like, whoa, I was surprised about that. But at the end of the day, however, Valtteri Bottas closes out the 2017 year with the win. Lewis Hamilton already clinched the championship 2 races back, so... And it was a Mercedes 1-2. So that was a pretty decent finale. And normally I would criticize saying that, that was kind of, even though it was a boring race, but hey, the battle for the lead was interesting, which I was a little surprised about that. So, yeah, so definitely is. Oh, we lost one viewer, but anywho. Moving on to the other topic, Felipe Massa in his final ride with Williams in his final season ended up getting a top 10. Yes, it was very interesting. Got a top 10 in his final race with Williams in his final season as Massa has retired from full-time racing. So that's pretty good if you ask me as far as that's concerned. So, but if I had something I would like to say to Felipe Massa, it's this. You know, we're glad that you had a great time. You know, we're proud of what you've done this year and also in your years as a Ferrari driver. We're also happy. We were proud. You know, you could have had more races. You could have ran more races if it wasn't for that injury you had in Hungary in 2009. But we wish you the best of luck and best wishes to your future endeavors. So, yeah. Moving on to the V8 Supercars, which was one of the biggest topic news items ever. Which Scott McLaughlin got penalized not once, not twice, but 3 times in the season finale for the V8 Supercars. Which pretty much, quote-unquote, screwed him out of a championship, because the third penalty was kind of, I think, the ridiculous one, because, you know, because he just ran Lowndes in the wall. Yeah, 3 penalties and you lose the championship. If you would have won the championship after getting penalized 3 times in a row, that would have been salty, if you ask me. But yeah, 3 times and he got screwed. It's like 3 strikes and you're out. So yeah, that was disappointing. But unfortunately, so yeah. But at the end of the day, Jamie Whincup takes home his 7th V8 Supercar Championship, and he joins the 7-time championship. Yeah, that's like baseball. Exactly. So Jamie Whincup joins the 7-time group of Michael Schumacher, Richard Petty, Jimmy Johnson as the only drivers that have won 7 championships in a single series. So Whincup has joined the 7-time championship club. So yeah. So congratulations to him and congratulations to Lewis Hamilton, who is a 4-time champion. So yeah. So that's the happy factor if you ask me. And we will see how that's going to be. So yeah. So let's go ahead and recap the 2017 season. Obviously, you know, yeah, legendary drivers. Yeah, it was legendary, so yeah. Since this is the final weekly show, let's recap the entire, easy for me to say, let's give you my final thoughts of the 2017 season. I will start with NASCAR, go over the V8s, and then to IndyCar, and then to Formula 1, and then whatever else. But anyway. So, alright. But, yeah. You know, NASCAR, it was, you know, I only watched only half of NASCAR's season because, you know, I had work, so that's why. But, you know, it was a good race season, nevertheless. Hello, my friend. Hello, Davidson. How are you doing, my friend? But, my final thoughts is, you know, we just want to say congratulations to Christopher Bell, William Byron, Martin Truex Jr., Lewis Hamilton, Jamie Whincup, Joseph Newgarden, and to everybody who won this year's championship. Hello, Kyle Langland. But, NASCAR, I could kind of give it, like either a 7 or 8, because we did see some first-time winners, which is the important thing, but, it was still a Toyota dominant season. It's like every time a Hendrick driver retires, a Toyota driver wins the championship, so. But, yeah, that's something that really just sucks if you ask me. So, as far as that, IndyCar, it was one of those wild seasons, if you ask me. Of course, Sebastian Bourdais, my theory is, had he not been out for a long time, would he have been a championship contender? We would have never known if that was going to be the case. So that's something we have to figure out as far as that was concerned. And of course, I don't follow ARCA for anyone asking, because, I never... I'm alright, dude. By the way, next one, we're going to have, I think, Kyle, you just got off work, if I'm correct. Where's Tardy Taylor? Hello, Mr. Q-Man. But, the race season's been great. Like I said, we've seen first-time winners. We've seen a shocking winner, in the V8 Supercars. If I had to pick one favorite race out of the 2017 year, it would have definitely been the V8 Supercars, Bathurst 1000. Hands down, you mean Turdy. So, hands down, V8 Supercar Bathurst 1000, first time winner. And probably one of the most emotional winners I've seen in a while. So, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So, I think, that's how the race season's gone as far as that's concerned. And, by the way, I want to correct one thing I said. I said that, so, with his 7th championship, Jamie Whincup becomes the 4th driver to date to have now won 7 titles. So, he joins Dale Earnhardt, King Richard Petty, Jimmy Johnson, Michael Schumacher. So he becomes the 5th driver to have now won 7 titles in a single series. Yes, you are off work. Hopefully you had a great day at work, Kyle. I know you were busy making all of them Jimmy John sandwiches and getting to the destinations from point A to point B. Easy for me to say. Yeah, so, of course, sometimes we always have Jimmy John's. So, yeah. Oh, man. I just think, this race season's been excited, so. Oh, yeah, Q-Man has said this. If you haven't seen the Morgan Shepherd fundraiser video for next season, check it out after the stream. Yes, check it out. And by the way, we want to also say thank you to everybody for donating money for Quentin Moore's birthday. Of course, we appreciate it, so. So, yeah. So, it's this point in the season, it's finally time to say, the thank yous. And, this is something I like to do on, whenever it's the final weekly show of the season. I like to hand out a bunch of thank you notes. So since it's the final episode of 2017, it's time to hand out our wonderful thank you notes, and it goes to everybody so far, and it's a special moment for me, since this is the final episode of 2017 for PCSRA Weekly. You might bring some sandwiches to the Hedgehog Mansion. Well, they don't mind that at all. I think Elijah likes ham and cheese, I don't know. Except Foils had to save his money for Jack in the Box. Lol, just kidding, bro. That was a good one, Quentin. I don't mind you doing that, so, yeah. this, I have a ton of thank yous I have on my list, And without these wonderful people, this show could never have been done, so... Yeah, and like I said, it's sad that this is the final episode, but, January 15th comes around, it'll be the new season of PCSRA Weekly, because the next race we are going to preview is the Rolex 24. Hint, it's a future race I could be going to in the near future for me and my dad. Because sometime in the future, I would like to go see the Rolex 24. I would like to see, the 12 hours of Sebring. So, yeah. So, but I'm not going to do a driver to win, driver to stay away from Dark Horse for the IMSA picks as far as that's concerned. So, yeah. So... Alright, so my thank yous go to all of the following. I just want to say thank you to these following people in the chat. And of course, if you come across this stream, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just doing a thank you, just a quote-unquote disclaimer. So, yeah. I want to thank Quentin Moore, Zachary Taylor, Kyle Langland, who's in the chat, the YouTuber Greg Rutz, for joining me for some of the episodes of PCSRA Weekly. I want to thank them for joining me for that. Also, want to thank the following Team Hedgehogs, and I've already mentioned Kyle, so I'll just mention the awesome cast of Team Hedgehog. They are Elijah Gordon, a.k.a. Massa Hedgehog, Red Hedgehog, Cody Smart, Yellow Hedgehog, Alex Bonsignor, the Crimson Chin, Daniel Williams, even though his YouTube name is called Travis Crampton. Don't ask me why he renamed it, because that is kind of stupid in my opinion. Mr. Bruh, Purple Hedgehog, William Brock. I'm trying to think who else. Want to thank Marty Johnson, Napa fan, for joining me on one of these episodes of PCSRA Weekly. That was a good deal, but yeah, I don't know why he should have kept it to Daniel Williams, in my opinion, or the Crimson Hedgehog, or the Baby Crimson Hedgehog, whatever. But it's still so. Anyway, I just want to say thank you to all of them, and of course, with all the producers that do PCSRA Weekly in our studios here. And you know why I did that. And that would be why. So, just want to say thank you to guys. And thank you to everybody on this channel for doing this doing this for the final time. It's just been a hard one. So yeah. I won't start Facebook Live. I'm just saying, all the thank yous and all that good stuff. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, it's been a blessing. I just want to say, thank you for the ride it's been for all of us. So, yeah. With that being said, it's sad to say this for the final time, but, but we'll still be on during the talk show, so that's the important thing. We'll just be glad. I don't know when I will be on. I don't know when. Of course, the YouTuber and I were also planning on getting together, and we would also do another episode of the talk show. But this time, I would finally send out invites. So that'll be good. So, yeah. So, anybody else want to mention? So, yeah. But, For the final time for the PCSRA Weekly. So, yes, I did mention you. By the way, if anyone did not hear the news, Kyle Langland just became the newest member of Team Hedgehog. And when Kyle gets home, there's been some breaking news regarding about TCU that came up in the last 24 hours about one of their players who got suspended. We'll have that all next hour on the on Facebook Live, but we'll wait for Kyle to get home, put his phone on the charger, and etc. etc. So yeah, but you know, it's been a great ride as far as this show is concerned. I'm glad to tell you that we will be back. I add you to my Facebook chat. There's new information about Jordan Anderson on there. Okay, sweet. I'll check it out shortly. So. By the way, disclaimer before I go, if you've not watched the Ricky race from the Coca-Cola Truck Series, quote unquote, you might want to go watch that before when you guys have a chance. So because we're at the track that we almost had a couple of fatalities, you know, last season. Almost fatalities, actually, we almost had injuries last season, so, which is one of the craziest races I've ever seen, if you ask me, so, yeah. But, it's gonna be fun, so. With that being said, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching for the final episode of the PCSRA Weekly for 2017. It's been a fun season. If you guys enjoyed this show, if you guys enjoyed the wonderful season, please give this wonderful video a like. If you've not considered subscribing, go ahead and do so. Subscribe to this wonderful channel. Tell your friends about the Blue Hedgehog. Please don't forget to subscribe. One other thing is I'm going to add Quentin Moore's channel, and I'm going to update the description so that way I can get Quentin Moore's channel in there. And I can get everybody else's channel that I don't have in the description. So subscribe to my Team Hedgehog friends, which is Kyle, Elijah, Cody, Crimson, Alex. Let me think who else. So, yeah. So, yeah. So, thank you guys so much for watching so far. And for the final time this season. For all the Team Hedgehog friends and everybody that has joined this season. I'm Daniel Voles, aka PCSRA Blue Hedgehog 26. Saying, until then, on the PCSRA Sports and Gaming Channel, the best NR racing and reactions around the world since 2017. I will see you guys for the talk show. And for PCSRA Weekly, we'll see you January 15th, 2018 for the preview of the Rolex 24. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, everybody.